Hello, this is D-Wes, doing Book 1 of the Aeneid by Virgil, lines 113 through 123. Redoing it, and hopefully this one's way better. Alright, so the first two lines starts out with Unam que liscios fundamque vehebat oranten, ipsius ante aclios ingens a vertice pontus and pupum ferit. Alright. So basically what that is saying, unam referring to nawim. So the main verb we have here, the main noun we have here is see, and the main verb we have is ferret, meaning strike. So a huge, ingens goes with pontus, sea. From its peak, a vertice, ablative, strikes one, referring to Nawem, one ship, and pupum is a synecdoche because it's a part of the ship referring to the whole entire ship. Alright, and then with this little phrase right here, we'll translate that as a ship which was carrying faithful Orontes and the Lycians. So Oronten is a Greek accusative, that's why it's in that form. Faithful Orontes and the Lycians before his very own eyes, which is ipsius is the genitive here, ante before his very own eyes, so you create a more emphatic meaning. Alright, so Excutitor pronesque magister volvitor in caput, as ilam ter fluctas ibidem torquet agens circum et rapidas vorat aquare vortex. That is saying a ship. So again, you have to it's saying the captain, which is the main verb right here, is cast out, excutitor, because it's passive. So is cast out, and headlong, que, pronus means headlong, he rolls, volvator, passive again, onto his head. You just supply a his here so it can make more sense. Ast, meaning but a wave, which is fluctus here, a wave, in the same place, ibidem. Twist the ship thrice. So that torquet is the main verb you supply here. Tear thrice. Driving agens, the agens is a PAP here, so you would make it as Xing. So driving it around, and the swift whirlpool. And the swift whirlpool swallows it in the sea. So rapidas goes with aquae, and rapidas goes with vortex, and so the swift whirlpool swallows it in the sea. So aquae is an ablative here because where is it being swallowed? Into the sea. Alright. Lines 118 through 120. Ad parent rari nantes ingurgite vasto arma virum tabluque et trae gaza per undis. So right here, when you see virum is a poetic genitive, and the first syllable is long by position. So this is a plural genitive here. So what it is saying is scattered swimming. Nantes is a PAP here, referring to the swimmers. So scattered swimming people appear, main verb here, in the vast whirlpool. Weapons of men, if you supply this as the poetic genitive, and weapons of men, boards, and Trojan treasures appear through the waves. So because you see no other verb here, you have to supply ad parent again, which might be a little confusing. So lines 120 through 122. Iam validam Ilionae navem iam fortis accate et qua vectus abas et qua grandevus alitis visit iams. Alright, so right here, yam is an example of anaphora, so just the repetition of a phrase. And what is it essentially saying is, now the strong ship of Iliononis, now that of brave Achates, and the one in which Abas was carried, and the one in which very Elates was carried, the storm conquers. So Ilionone here is an example of synesis, because it's a Greek word and the yai at the end is pronounced as one syllable just to keep meter the same and consistent. And here you supply the verb carried, which is in which Abas was carried. So vectus, you supply that verb with alites and to the Achates. And vicit hiams. So hiams is the main verb, the storm conquers. Alright. Lines 122 through 123. Laxis laterum compagibus omnes ascipiant iminicum imbrem remisce fatiscunt. So what this is saying here is that all the joints of the sides having been loosened, all the ships except the hostile flood, and they gape at their seams. So lax to compagibus is an example of an an ablative here. So you would use foib with it, or anything. Yeah, foib would be better to use with it. So the joints, which is the main verb, the joints of the side having been loosened, which is laxis. All, this is refers to ships again. All the ships except the hostile flood, and they gape at their seams. So thank you for watching this, and here's a really swaggy picture of Aeolus. He's pretty much a G. He created this flood, and enjoy.